What is going on, Pats Nation? You guys already know who it is. Patriots Global back here with another video, and in this one, we're going to be talking about a couple of signings that the New England Patriots are making here following their first preseason loss to the Houston Texans. Now, the first one here is going to be free agent running back CJ Marable, or CJ Marable, rather, and then also by signing free agent tackle/guard Micah Vanterpool. Before we hop into the breakdown on each of these players, what this means, and my overall thoughts on them, make sure you guys do leave a big like on this video if you have not already, while also commenting your thoughts on these guys in the comment section below and sharing the video. You guys doing those three things, liking, commenting, and sharing, goes such a absolute long way in supporting this channel. It's completely free, takes less than a second, and it really helps this channel grow for all the hard work that we do put in. Now, CJ Marable here. Obviously, not exactly the running back everybody wanted to be signed. It's not Dalvin Cook. It's not Zeke Elliott. It's not Leonard Fournette. It's not a big name that's going to come in and help the Patriots, but I also don't think that that is what this signing is. And I think a lot of people are going to look at this and say, all right, well, Zeke's out, and then this is the guy that's on your Patriots roster for 2023. And I just don't think that that is the case. I think that they need a guy who is going to take reps in joint practices, in camp, and then the final two preseason games. At this point, he's pushing to make a practice squad spot. He's not pushing to make a 53-man roster spot. And in no way, shape, or form does this mean that the Patriots are out on Zeke Elliott, because it is still been said that they are still in on him, but possibly might not be signed till closer to week 1. Now, Marable was one of several running backs that the Patriots have brought in for a workout over the last couple of weeks. The Patriots each week bring in a plethora of different free agents that they like to keep on track on paper, just in case they're at a position where they need to sign one at a certain position, right? Like after the Texans game, the Patriots said, well, we need an offensive lineman. They looked at the guys that they've worked out, and they picked one from that list. Same thing here. One of the bright sides to him is that he was the leading rusher, or one of the leading rushers in the USFL last year. He's also has the ability to catch passes out of the backfield, which I think will help him stay here long term if he can make an impact right away, as he caught 53 passes as well for the Stallions over the last 2 seasons. He originally did enter the league back in 2021 with the Bears after playing college ball over at Coastal Carolina. So he has some production, he has some experience, but as a UDFA in 2021, again, this isn't a signing that you're expecting to prohibit them from making any true depth piece signings or solidify this running back group. He's also a little bit up there in age. He's currently 26 years old. He did appear in 23 games, piling up 925 rushing yards and 8 touchdowns on 220 carries. And then during his time with Coastal Carolina, he caught 84 passes for 703 yards and 12 touchdowns. So again, this is a guy that has experience with running the ball, but also has a lot of experience in terms of a pass catching back out of the backfield. As the Patriots haven't exactly had Ty Montgomery, that's a role in which they really are looking to fulfill. So this signing does make sense. I don't think he's anything crazy in terms of pass protection. He's not going to give you what Zeke Elliott would be if you do or when you do sign him. But just like both players that the Patriots signed and both guys that we talk about in this video, the Patriots were at the limit for the 90-man roster. They're currently at 92 of 90 players. So with these 2 additions, they are going to have to release 2 players. He does have a pretty good size to him in terms of frame and in terms of build. That's going to help him take some of these hits a lot easier. So I'm not concerned about his durability, but in terms of his stature at 5'10", he's going to give you pretty much your average height there for a running back. Now, as for Vanterpool here, I do have a little bit of questions because he's a guy that is more of a guard than he is a tackle. As we talked about earlier, they're signing him as a guard/tackle. If I could put this into comparison, this is pretty much City So. This is the City So experiment 2.0, except you didn't have to draft this guy. At the NFL level, he's going to be a guard. He has some tackle experience, but if you're going to try to get the best out of this player, he's a guard. That's what he's always been. At college, he was mainly a guard. So I'm not sure what Bill Belichick's new thing is here with trying to convert interior offensive linemen to being tackles. But if you need an offensive tackle, go find somebody that's played offensive tackle as a starter for the majority of their career. I feel like they look at Michael Onwenu and they say, you know what, we found a diamond in the rough there. Maybe we can do it again. But they're trying to do it too many times. They're trying to truly turn pennies into diamonds with these guys. Again, you're not going to find a diamond in the rough with each and every single player you find. And with the offensive line struggles that we've seen in the entire offseason, not just in the preseason, they need to find a guy that is going to solidify this team and not a guy that you're trying to make as a last-minute experiment. Now, this is going to be another undrafted signing. Vanterpool is going to be coming out of Hawaii, though, when he most recently played in the USFL. Seems like that's kind of a trend that the Patriots have here with both of these two signings and guys that they're working out lately. He's 6'5", 315 pounds, so he definitely has that size and that build for sure to at least be capable of playing tackle. But again, if you're trying to get the best out of this guy, say it with me, he's a guard. This is a guy that I do wish that the Patriots had brought in earlier on. I think that they currently have some offensive linemen that I definitely would have replaced with Vanterpool. He's a guy that quite literally has played everywhere along the offensive line other than center, but I'm sure he could do that too. He has experience playing at left guard, right tackle, and left tackle. This is the definition of a guy that is versatile. And if he's able to come in and just show that he can be average and just keep up, then he's a guy that I definitely think the Patriots would want to throw on the practice squad because this is the exact mold of the type of guy that they like. In his final collegiate season last fall, he was named to an All-Mountain West second team after he started in 13 games over at right guard and did not allow a single sack or registered a single penalty last season. The Pats definitely need to figure something out in terms of their offensive line, especially heading into joint practice. You're not exactly going to be able to sign a bunch of guys. You're not going to be able to have workouts with a bunch of guys because you're really not going to be in Boston to be able to get a real look at these guys. So a couple of last-minute additions here for the Patriots before they head into their last training camp, before going over to Green Bay for joint practice, playing that game, and then going over to Tennessee for that joint practice also. Vanterpool definitely excites me more out of both of these signings, and I think that he has the potential to at least stick around this team, whether it ends up being somehow on the 53-man roster or somehow is the practice squad. But at the end of the day, I do believe that both of these guys are fighting for, at most, a practice squad position here. And I think at best, Vanterpool makes a practice squad, but then gets elevated for the first few games of the season. And if he performs well or continues to perform well, then maybe they decide to officially sign him to the 53-man roster. But we'll just have to see what happens. At least they're making some type of addition to try to help this offensive line. What are your guys' thoughts on these signings? Let me know in the comment section below. Remember to leave a big like on this video, and of course, subscribe to the channel for all of your New England Patriots news. I appreciate you guys for watching as always, and never forget, go Pats.